Good morning, students. Students, hope you all have understood the meaning of a partnership firm, its features, partnership deed, its contents, rules in the absence of partnership deed, and some other important aspects of Indian Partnership Act 1932. Today, in this lesson, we will learn how to distribute the profits of partnership concern amongst its partners. For this, we have to prepare a profit and loss appropriation account. To move further and to learn how profit and loss appropriation account is prepared, we first have to understand the meaning and features of a profit and loss appropriation account. This is a nominal account which shows the appropriations of the net profit amongst the partners. See students, it is very clear from its name that this account shows how the appropriations are made out of the profit earned by a partnership concern amongst the partners. So actually, simply speaking, this account shows the dealings of partnership firm with its members. Number 2, it is an extension of profit and loss account. Net profit or net loss is transferred to the credit or debit side respectively. See students, a partnership concern also prepare trading account, profit and loss account that we did in the last year in the chapter of final accounts of a sole tradership concern. So a partnership firm also prepares these accounts, but it also prepares one more account which is prepared after profit and loss account, and so it is called an extension of profit and loss account. The profit or net profit earned by a profit and loss by a partnership concern is transferred to the credit side of profit and loss appropriation account, and if it is a net loss, then it is definitely transferred to the debit side of profit and loss appropriation account. Further, it is debited with the items of appropriations of profit such as salary or commission to partners, interest on capital, and transfer to reserve, etc. So all these appropriations, that is the amounts to be paid to the partners in the form of salary or commission to any partner, interest on partners' capital, and if the partners unitedly decide to transfer any amount to the reserve, then that is also put on the debit side of the profit and loss appropriation account. We'll be seeing the format of this account later on in this very lesson only. So let's finish with this point. And credited with income such as interest on drawings. Interest on drawings, children, is charged from the partners. So it is income for the partnership firm and it is put on the credit side on the this P&L appropriation account, and it being an expense, a loss for the partner, so it is put to the debit of their account. We did last year the rules for debit and credit. So for nominal accounts we did all incomes and gains are put on the credit side. They are credited. So interest on drawings is income for the firm, so it is put on the credit side of P&L appropriation account. Preparation of this account is guided by the partnership deed. The provisions of partnership deed help us to prepare the profit and loss appropriation account. How much salary is to be paid to any partner, how much commission is to be paid to any partner, at what rate the interest on capital has to be paid, if so it has to be paid, and at what rate the interest on drawings has to be charged. All this helps us to prepare the profit and loss appropriation account. It is prepared by the partnership firms. Only partnership firms, students, here this point is to be noticed, only partnership firms prepare this profit and loss appropriation account, because only partnership firm has to appropriate its profit. Not a sole tradership concern can prepare a P&L appropriation account. Appropriations are made only up to the amount available for distribution. This is a very important and hidden point, children. I repeat, appropriations are made only up to the amount available for distribution. See, in case the firm is incurring a loss, that is, if the profit and loss account had net loss, then it will be transferred to the debit side of P&L appropriation account. And if interest on drawings is to be charged from the partners, and if there are drawings, then we will credit interest on drawings and put it on the credit side of the P&L appropriation account, because it represents income for the firm. But we will not make any kind of appropriation if still it leads to loss. I explain this with the help of an example. Suppose the firm had a loss of rupees 60,000 and the interest on drawings is 20,000. Then still the firm is having a loss of 40,000. So no appropriation will be made and the loss of 40,000 will be transferred to the partner's capital or current account, as the case may be. So if there are sufficient profits, only then the appropriations are to be made. But if there is loss, in spite of adding interest on drawings, if there is loss, then appropriations with respect to salary to partners, commission to partners, interest on capitals, etc. will not be made in profit and loss appropriation account. One more thing, children, is given in the next point. I am reading point number 7. Rent payable to a partner and interest on partner's loan do not come in this account, as these are charge against profits. Children, there are two concepts: charge against profit and appropriation of profits. So first of all, we must understand the meaning of charge against profit. An item is called as charge against profit if it has to be paid whether the firm is incurring a loss or earning a profit. So these items, rent payable or interest on partner's loan, let's discuss it one by one. Rent payable to a partner. If any partner is lending giving his building or any part of it to the firm for to be used by the firm for the payment of a rent, then that rent is a charge against profit. It is not an appropriation. Whosoever would have lent his or her property to the firm would be given this rent. What I want to reinforce here is that the partner is to be paid that rent in the capacity of an outsider, not as a partner. So this rent will be debited to P&L account and not to the profit and loss appropriation account. And similarly, interest on partner's loan, if any partner has given some loan, some amount as loan to the firm has to give interest on that loan amount, but that amount of loan is given by the partner as an outsider. Whosoever would have given any amount to the firm as loan would be given the interest on that loan. So similarly, interest on loan to the partner is also payable here as a third party or an outsider, not being a partner. This is also charge against profit. Whether the firm incurs a loss or it earns a profit, it has to be debited to the partners to the profit and loss account. It will not come in profit and loss appropriation account. Simply speaking, students, if in question you are given rent payable or interest on partner's loan, then that amount has to be subtracted from the profit that you transfer to the profit and loss appropriation account. Next, we will learn about the journal entries, a part of which we discussed during our discussion about the features of a profit and loss appropriation account. It starts with, earlier also I mentioned, the net profit or net loss from the profit and loss account is transferred to the profit and loss appropriation account. So if there is a net profit, then the entry will be profit and loss account debited to profit and loss appropriation account. If it is a loss, then the entry would be profit and loss appropriation account debited to profit and loss account. Any one of these would be there. Then, if the partners have decided that salary or some commission has to be paid to some partner, then the entry will be same. That is, there will be two entries, or there can be one by clubbing these two entries, which we'll discuss later on. So the first part will be partner's salary or commission. If it is partner's salary, then partner's salary. If it is commission, then partner's commission to partner's capital or current account. That also you have discussed, that if the partner's capitals are fluctuating, then it will be partner's capital account. If it is fixed, then we transfer all these appropriations to partner's current account. And the partner's salary or commission being the expense for the firm will be transferred to the debit side of profit and loss appropriation account. So the entry becomes profit and loss appropriation account debited to partner's salary or commission. Students, otherwise, alternatively, you can club these two entries and you can write one simple and single entry that will be profit and loss appropriation account debited to partner's capital or current account. Next, for interest on capital, the same funda will apply. That is, interest on capital is an expense for the firm and it is an income for the partner, respective partner, to partner's capital account. And the interest on capital will be transferred to the debit side of profit and loss account, and the next entry will become profit and loss appropriation account debited to interest on capital. Or likewise, you can pass one single entry by clubbing these two entries, that will become profit and loss appropriation account debited to interest on partner's capital account. Interest on capital debited, interest on capital credited will be set off. The next point is the entry for interest on drawings. Children, interest on drawings is an income for the firm, as I mentioned you earlier also, but expense for the partner. So the entry for it will be partner's capital or current account to interest on drawings. It being income, it has got a credit balance, so interest on drawings is credited, and it will be put to the credit side of profit and loss appropriation account. So the second entry for interest on drawings will become interest on drawings account debited to profit and loss appropriation account. Or you can club these two entries and the entry will become partner's capital account debited to profit and loss appropriation account. So children, you can learn any one entry very clearly, and you will be able, or you will be helped to learn other 3-4 entries easily. Then, the partners may collectively decide to transfer some amount or some percentage of profits to reserves. So for that, the entry will become profit and loss appropriation account debited to reserve. Now we are left with the divisible profits, that is the profits those are left to be distributed amongst the partners after making appropriations of interest on capital, partner's salary, partner's commission, and by charging interest on drawings. So that profit will be distributed, allocated among the partners. and the entry will become profit and loss appropriation account to partners capital or current account. If it is a loss, then the entry will be reversed, that is partners capital or current accounts debited to profit and loss appropriation account. So this is the format of profit and loss appropriation account. We discussed the features of this account and the and journal entries which we pass, and after passing those entries we get this account. You see, on the credit side it is started by profit and loss account if it is a net profit, and by interest on drawings. Suppose there are two partners, the interest on drawings will be put and the subtotal will be carried to the main amount column. If it is a loss, then it starts with the debit balance of profit and loss account. That is, the net loss is put on the debit side of profit and loss appropriation account. Then the other appropriations are made to interest on capital. Respective interest on A's and B's capitals will be put. If any salary has to be given, to partner's salary, to partner's commission, to reserve, and if still some profit remains, that will be appropriated or distributed amongst the members in their profit sharing ratio. If there is nothing is mentioned with respect to the profit sharing ratio among the partners, then it will be distributed equally. So children, we sum up all these points with the help of an example. Let's take an example of typical profit and loss appropriation account. Okay, I read the question. Children, I want to suggest you on 2-3 issues. First of all, you start reading from the question itself, and you might have understood the question in the first reading itself, but it is my suggestion that you must read every question thrice, because sometimes you have some notion in your mind which you carry on in the final exams or whenever you are taking any example or question. So that should not happen. And in order to overcome that, you can do one more thing. Underline the main points, the rate of interest or the amount, date on which the loan was taken or capital was introduced, if salary has to be paid per month, or the interest rate of interest is given per annum or without per annum. So all these points need to be underlined, or if you you can write even these set of words in your rough area where you will do the rough work. So these were 2-3 suggestions from my side. Read your question thrice. Start reading from the question itself. That is what you have to solve or what you have to do. Because if you start doing incorrect solution, then the whole effort will be futile. So I am going to read this question. Listen it very carefully. Prepare profit and loss appropriation account of the firm for the year ended 31st March 2020. A and B are partners in a firm sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2. Now you can underline this 3:2. The partnership deed provided that A was to be paid a salary of rupees 2,500 per month. Now underline this point. And B was to get a commission of rupees 10,000 per annum. See, there is a difference. A has to be given a salary of rupees 2,500 per month, and B was to be given a commission of 10,000 per annum. Interest on capital was to be allowed at the rate of 5%. Children, even if they have not mentioned partnership deed, but it is implied if they have agreed upon the rate of interest, that is, they have oral deed. At least they would be having an oral deed. And interest on drawings was to be charged at the rate of 6% per annum. I further read the question. Interest on drawings was rupees 1,250 and rupees 425. And interest on capitals was rupees 10,000 and rupees 7,500 respectively. See children, though they are mentioning the rate of interest, but they have given the amount of interest on capital and interest on drawings respectively. So we need not to go for the calculation of these interests now, since they have calculated the amounts and given us the amounts. Next, firm's net profit for the year ended 31st March 2020 was rupees 90,575, and we have to prepare the profit and loss appropriation account. Let's see. So we started preparing the profit and loss appropriation account. See, I have written the heading profit and loss appropriation account for the year ended 31st March 2020. Student, this point was also this was left to be discussed. This account is also prepared by writing for the year ended 31st March 2020. That is, this account is prepared for the year which is ending on 31st March 2020. That means our accounting period is 1st April 2019, that is 2019 to 31st March 2020. So to begin with, we start the account from the credit side, as we have the profit amount, that is net profit. So by profit and loss account, that is net profit given is 90,575. So we have already discussed that interest on drawings would be put on the credit side of profit and loss appropriation account. So we will put the amount of interest on drawings given. So it was given as 1,250 for A and 425 for B. So the subtotal of interest on drawings is 1,675. Then we go to the debit side. The interest on capital was also given. To A, it is to be allowed at rupees 10,000, and for B it was given to be 7,500. The subtotal of interest on capital is 17,500. A's salary, to A's salary it is given to be 30,000 and B's commission is given 10,000. A's salary is to be paid at the rate of 2,500 per month, you see. So 2,500 into 12 is 30,000. 10,000 B's commission is already given, so we need not to find out that amount. Now we are left with the balancing of this account. We totaled both the sides and we found that the credit side is bigger than the debit side, and its total was 92,250. And the amount of distributable profit came to be 34,750, which we distributed amongst the partners in their profit sharing ratio, which was 3:2. So I hope students you understood the meaning, features and the steps how to prepare the profit and loss appropriation account and the journal entries if it is asked in 1 mark question or so about the profit and loss appropriation account. Thank you, students.